Your entire life can change in a single day. It doesn't take years to change your direction. It takes a moment where a specific feeling hits you so hard, you realize you can never go back to the way things were. Today, I'm going to reveal the 4 absolute most powerful emotions that can trigger a massive life transformation. If you harness these 4 emotions and back them up with the one secret weapon we'll talk about, at the end you will become unstoppable. Let's get right into it. Emotion number 1 is disgust. We usually think of disgust as a bad thing, but in the world of personal growth, disgust is a superpower. Disgust is the day you finally look in the mirror and say, I've had enough. Maybe you're sick of being mediocre. Maybe you're sick of that awful feeling in the pit of your stomach when you're at the grocery store, staring at 2 items, stressing over a 50-cent difference because your bank account is practically at zero. The day you say, I've had it, is the day your new life begins. It's the person who walks into their closet, looks at the clothes they don't feel confident in, and throws them all in a trash bag saying, I will never wear this version of myself again. It's a literal breaking point. You fall to your knees in the dust, and you declare that you refuse to live like this for one more second. Disgust is a catalyst. When you are truly sick and tired of being sick and tired, you are finally ready to grow. Here's the second emotion, decision. Decision-making is incredibly emotional. Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach, waking up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat because you're caught in an inner civil war over what you should do? Here's the truth about progress: you must decide. You have to cut the cord. A highly successful mentor once gave you the best advice I've ever heard. He said, if it's easy, do it easy. If it's hard, do it hard. Just get it done. Most of the time, the act of deciding is 10 times harder than the work itself. Once you make the choice, getting on with it is actually a relief. If you were to sit down tonight and make firm decisions on all the things you've been putting off, the sheer relief and energy you'd feel would be enough to fuel your success for the next 10 years. Decide, commit, move forward. The third emotion is desire. Is wanting something so badly that it consumes you. Now, nobody can force you to have desire. You can't order it online. It has to come from within. But here's the secret about desire. It can be triggered by almost anything. It's sleeping inside you, just waiting for the right spark. It might be a book you read, a YouTube video like this one, a lyric in a song, a painful failure, or a deep conversation with a friend. You never know what is going to turn the lights on in your mind. So my best advice to you is this: welcome every experience. Take down the walls you built around yourself. Yes, keeping your walls up might protect you from disappointment, but those exact same walls are keeping out your happiness, your inspiration, and your fire. Let life touch you. Even the bitterest experiences often lead to the greatest awakenings. And that brings us to the 4th emotion, perhaps the most powerful of all, resolve. Resolve is summarized in 2 simple words: I will. When someone looks at a mountain and says, I will climb that, I don't care if it's too high, too rocky, or if it's never been done before, you will either see me waving from the peak or dead on the side because I am not quitting. When a human being makes a vow like that, the universe literally steps aside to let them through. The best definition of resolve is simply this: promising yourself that you will never give up. Think about a baby learning to walk. How long would you give an average baby to learn how to walk before you say, all right, cut him off? He's just going to be a crawler forever. You'd say that's insane. A baby is going to keep trying and falling and trying again until they learn how to walk. What if you applied that magic formula to your dreams? What if you promised yourself you would keep trying until you won? Now, you can have disgust, decision, desire, and resolve, but none of them matter without this final piece. What turns these emotions into actual results? Action. You cannot just feel good. You must do something about how you feel. There's a dangerous trend online right now where people think they can just sit in their rooms, manifest, and speak positive affirmations into the mirror, and $1 million will drop from the sky. Listen to me very closely. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. If you just keep walking west, hoping to see a sunrise, you are delusional. But affirmation backed by massive discipline, that creates miracles. If you vow to never be broke again, that's an affirmation. But then you need to read the books, learn the skills, wake up early, and put in the hours. You have to back up your wishes with a game plan. Otherwise, they will die as wishes. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with 4 questions. I want you to take these home, write them down, and let them haunt you in the best way possible. Question 1. Why? Why try? Why read the books? Why work so hard? Why push yourself to the absolute limit? It's a fair question, but the answer to that lies in the second question. Question 2. Why not? What else are you going to do with your life? You're going to be here anyway. Why not see how far you can go? Why not see how much you can earn, how many people you can help, and what kind of legacy you can leave behind? Question 3. Why not you? Some people have started with absolutely nothing and built empires. Why not you? Some people get to travel the globe, wake up with peace of mind, and experience the absolute best this world has to offer. Why not you? Why shouldn't you be the one standing on a mountain peak? Why shouldn't you be the one standing on a mountain peak? Why shouldn't you be the one creating generational wealth? Why shouldn't you know what it feels like to achieve total mastery? And question 4, why not now? Stop postponing your future. Don't wait for January 1st. Don't wait for next Monday. Start tomorrow morning with a new fire. Set the goal. Buy the book. Make the plan. Do it now. There's an old story about a man who bought a rocky, dead piece of land, and over 2 years worked day and night to turn it into a magnificent, lush garden. One day, a neighbor walked by, admired the beautiful flowers, and said, "Wow, you and the universe have created a truly miraculous garden here." The gardener smiled, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and said, "I know what you mean. Without the rain, the sun, and the soil, none of this would exist. But you should have seen this place 2 years ago, when the universe had it all to itself." You say, you have to do your part. You have to plant the seeds. If you bring the effort, life will bring the harvest. Thank you so much for watching. If this video sparked something inside of you today, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below saying "I will," and start building your garden. I'll see you in the next one. Go make it happen.